What is wallet scrutiny? There are more than 4,322 Bitcoin apps and devices in the wild. Any one of these could turn bad. Wallet scrutiny does its best to help you keep your Bitcoin safe through a process. First, we collect and categorize a list of wallets we find on most of the major platforms. Second, we then identify which wallets have third-party custodians and which claim to be source available. Remember, custodial services means that 1. Somebody else holds the keys. 2. Most of these are cryptocurrency exchange apps. 3. Apps that don't store the private keys on your device. Third, we use the term source available, since many projects use a variety of licenses. Some projects also claim to be open source, but do not share up-to-date code on a public repository. We tag these as missing sources. The worst offenders are those that don't even have a public repository at all. These are tagged no source. Fourth, fake apps imitate the original with the goal of defrauding the users. Fifth, once we've determined the project as source available with sufficient user base, self-custodial, that is, the user controls the private keys, and with sufficient build instructions, we then proceed to the sixth step. Here we file an issue on the Wallet Scrutiny GitLab tracker and wait for security experts to start building and testing for reproducibility. If successful, we mark the project as reproducible. If not, unreproducible. What is reproducibility, and why is it important? From the definition in reproducible-builds.org, reproducible builds are a set of software development practices that create an independently verifiable path from source to binary code. We know that's a lot to take in, especially for the average non-technical Bitcoiner, so please bear with us. We'll briefly touch on the open source development cycle. Skipping some parts, we'll touch more on execution, which consists of 1. Code development and testing. 2. Code change review. 3. Code commit and documentation. In the releasing section, we have release management. Basically, this has to do with releasing the code for other stakeholders to scrutinize. There are many models in open source release management cycle. The most basic is scheduling, planning, and controlling the software's development and delivery process. This is the job of the release manager. The Bitcoin App Release Manager is different from other release managers because he manages software that actually holds money. What if he is compromised or placed under duress? It takes the $5 wrench attack on a different level. Another possible attack is through the developer or manager's computer themselves. Once infected, code that's produced could potentially have a taint, which may not be seen in the GitHub source, but may be included in the Google Play Store or other distribution venue. Once a sufficient number of apps or devices have been compromised, the bad actor may then funnel all of the balances of the same app to an address he controls. With all of that said, reproducibility does not solve everything. Rather, it is the first critical step to secure software. Subsequent steps usually involve more in-depth code and security audits. In the world of free and open source software combined with Bitcoin, this is a very important first step. That's why we are inviting you to join the project by way of expert opinions and contributions. For more information, visit walletscrutiny.com or visit our GitLab page. Follow us on Twitter and join our Discord.